How are we doing? PM stream. Today was fired. 5 minute long with SMT triggering now. Oh god. SMT at 10:43, right? Yeah, looks like it. We probably should have been in from lower with the SMT, like off this 30-second, right? And then gotten break evened. And then maybe re-entry, and then break even. And then maybe re-entry, and then break even. Um, you want the short from the 3 minute BPR. Already, let's see. Yes, from up here. So we are kind of generating these, stacked highs. We're kind of getting an LRLR thing going on. Do I want to reshort? Do I want to reshort today? I feel like today we're in seek and destroy conditions, right? So the fact that we came down and swept out that 1043 low means we need to go for buy side. So because we need to go for buy side, I actually think I want to be bullish today to the New York AM high. It's kind of my thought process. We still have left that New York AM high unswept. I think it's a little strange that ES came down and swept out its 1043 low, but we still left London lows intact, and that was our SMT that kind of propelled everything. Obviously, we'll keep an eye on our POIs, right? So what's holding price down? What's keeping us up? At the end of the day, it's still this 15-minute, right? This 15-minute and the hourly above. So there's the 5 minute long. Obviously, that triggered. Wow, instantly pumped us 7-ish points. Break even for that'll be here, right as we tap into that 15-minute. Wow, okay, well, I guess we should have taken that. What is 1R here? What is 1R? 1R is not till the 3 minutes, so I guess we will look at that. 4 minutes holding? Who cares about the 4 minutes? So there would be the break even for the 5 minute. Wow, that just rocketed. And then first TP will be this high. Or I guess just the 3 minute gap here. There's first TP. Wow. Okay. Well, I guess we're one and done. Awesome. Nah, I'm just kidding. I didn't take that. But wow, that was like instant. That was like the 3 minute earlier. Wow, that was a little bit crazy. No news there, just we flew. All right, so we're crushing this 3 minute right now. Trump is speaking. Trump is speaking with Zelensky at, yeah, I guess right now. Would I want shorts from the high? Sure. But yeah, LRLR got ran there pretty quickly. I guess the 5 minute was the play there with the OB close and the SMT. That was probably a good setup. Hopefully you guys took that. Let's take a look at UNH today. I haven't taken a look at it yet. Okay, so about the same. Nothing too crazy. the wrong time frame. Where's New York? Here it is. Okay. Maybe we respect this 3-minute BPR and get a bearish SMT with ES. Well, about that. I told you we're going for New York AM high. I know the 1 minute's still holding, but this 1 minute isn't really significant. I mean, at the end of the day, does this 3 minute really matter? Yeah, it's probably the 15 minute and the hourly that matter more. So I think it makes sense to come back up here. Are we still bearish on the day? I wasn't bearish coming into the session. I was thinking we were bullish right now. Yeah. What was my thought process behind that? Not even the 1 hour BPR. The 1 hour BPR broke. It's this. It's the 15 minute FEG plus OB there. We just are kind of ping-ponging between these two 15 minutes. So that's kind of what's leading my bias right now in terms of what's being respected. Now, we can take a look at maybe this 1 minute confirmation setup here. I don't think I'll enter it. We should have just entered in off the 5 minute there. I was just not expecting to get a move right there at open. I was not prepared at all. I didn't even have Trade of 8 open. So you're looking at the 3 minute short. Well, it's a little low. I think I'd look at the 2 minute here. Yeah. I don't hate the 2 minute. It looks really good. This is definitely A+. I'm not really married to anything. If I see something that looks good, I'll probably take it, but are we running into any other fair value gaps here? I think the problem is you're just running into a 5 minute as soon as the 2 minute inverses. So but yeah, 2 minute hasn't closed yet. We're in a really weird spot. What is our draw here? What is our target? Are we just retargeting lunch lows? I guess that's the play. We have equal lows there. They're not that important. ES doesn't really have anything crazy going on. We have this 1 minute where you enter, go break even at the next 1 minute. No liquidity sweep, so it's probably an A- setup. 732. They're not triple equal. Wait, you guys didn't catch that 5 minute? Are we so for real? How are we not done for the day? I mean, that was so textbook. Come on. Bullish OB, 5 minute inverse. Are we delivering from that BPR now for shorts? Yeah, on the lower time frame, yeah. So the 2 minute, did we close to the tick there? We closed to the tick there, so still no 2 minute inverse yet. Yeah, to the unfilled 15. I could see that. I mean, if we're seeking destroy, I guess it makes sense to pull back here now. Am I taking this? I don't think so. Actually, wait, what am I saying? This is so V-shaped. Let's see, is the 5 gonna inverse? It looks like it is. Dude, I mean, this stop is so small. Let's take a look at like what inception gap we have here. We have the 2-minute inception gap, so that's like what, 20 point stop. So you could take this to like 5 micros. I don't know. Yeah, why not? Go break even there at the 15. This is really death candly. We tapped into that next 1-minute gap below. So now it's like 25 points of stop. So you take it with 4 micros instead. Hopefully you don't get a late entry. If you do, yeah, so there's like the entry. I'm going to take it and just try and target, I guess, AM low here. I feel like a retrace play isn't a horrible idea here if you want to try it. Instead of entering on the close here. This feels like a fake out entry. That's why I'm like, I was hesitant to take it at first. Like, I could see this just being like the retrace of the War News move and then, you know, whatever. But I like the break even and I like how V-shape it looks. So I'm just going to take it just off that, just caveman it. And if it fails, it fails. Because ideally, I think I want to be bullish here still, you know. But I can't ignore this, right? Like, I'm not gonna like get married to something when something like this looks that textbook, you know. So yeah, if we dump here, that would be sick. You just want to, you know, scale whenever we hit 1R, which I guess would be lunch lows. That would kind of be 1R. Where's the break even at the 15-minute gap here? So once we tap that, we'll be break even. All right, so I'm going to go break even there. And hopefully our break even holds up. And I will just target lunch lows and AM low. I mean, this is probably going to end up break even, right? So 2-minute and like the 5-minute close there at the same time, which is cool. And we close through everything. 1 minute we close through. We have the OB there that should respect. This would be a really nice play if full TP hit. I don't even think I'm going to scale at all. Maybe I'll scale at the equal lows. I don't know if they're 1-to-1. I guess they are. You could scale at the equal lows, scale at AM low, like 2 off or whatever. I feel like we're just going to slow down and then we're going to get like a pump candle back up, knock us out for break even, maybe continue to head lower. Maybe we get a reaction off 1 p.m. gap. Oh, the 15-minute? Yeah. Yeah, it looks like that's what's happening right now. Would declaring war even dump us? Alright, so I just got knocked out there for break even. Oh well, that's tough. I think that's a good spot to go break even. We're running into that 15-minute gap, so I'm okay with that. Oh, that would be unfortunate to get top tick, break even, and then reverse. Oh no, don't do that. You guys all heard me say I was in that. How many of you guys took that trade? Okay. Well, we try. We get break even. Oh, for sure, Zilix. The last trade of your PM career for the time being. Well, go worry about your plan B, I guess, Zilix. Good luck in class, man. We'll take a banger while you're gone. We have a 30-second long here to take us to the unfilled 5-minute above that we just formed now. Reacting onto the 15-minute, we left triple equal lows behind on the 30-second. Okay, sounds good, Silix. I wish we could have gotten an earlier entry. That's happened twice today now with the long from earlier, where like we had the very nice V shape, but it was like series, so you couldn't really get like a good entry near the low. And then same thing here, it's like almost identical. Um, but yeah, I guess now this gives us kind of an opportunity to talk about this morning's trades, so we can do that. The trade that Ryan took, I guess, is a trade. Uh, I don't know if I would have taken it, but cool. Um, this 1 minute short, I mean, we all know why this one failed. Uh, reason why is because this gap isn't very obvious, right? And subjectively, this gap doesn't tell us anything about order flow. So here we somewhat been bullish on the lower time frame this morning. So you want to take a gap that kind of confirms bearish order flow there. So you wait for that 1 minute below to get inverse, and that tells you, okay, we're going to go for the low. And then we barely missed the low, and we come right back up. So I would never take this 1 minute long here, for example, and I would just wait for the short back down, and that was my first trade of the day. This was A+, 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 A+. If you even took the soup, that's A+, right? Because you're just taking the 4-hour gap there, right? That reaction. But yeah, if you took this 3 minute short, that's the play of the day. Break even here, scale here, break even on the rest. Watch price run and hit your target after. Love that. And then this is just unfortunate how there's not really a clean entry for you here. And then the rest of the day has just been kind of choppy. This short I thought was decent as well. That we took. So yeah. Scale is crazy, he says. I thought scale was 1-to-1. I mean, if you want to include the 1 minute inception gap there or whatever, go for it. But there. I guess 0.63. I don't know. For me, I had a good enough fill. So I didn't get filled at 7.6. I got filled at 80. So I guess that helped. I entered a little early because within the last 5 seconds there, it looked like we were going to close. We had good momentum. So if you got a bad fill there, maybe you don't scale there. If you got a better fill because you saw the death candle and it looked like we were going to inverse that 3 minute, then, you know, obviously that you got to scale there. It just depends on your fill. Yeah, this was one of the best setups I've seen in a minute. When I saw that, I was like, it was perfect too because I was in the one-on-one and we'd avoided every loss so far. Like the 1 minute loss here and I don't remember what else. There might have been like a 30-second that lost or something. Maybe it was this long. And then we get this and I'm like, I'm taking this. And it just instantly worked. Like it was nice. Oh, the 5 minute long that I guess triggered right now, that one was good too, I guess. It was all right. Because the OB kind of gives you the conviction. We have the SMT at the low. So now this is like kind of mid. You should have taken the long. Maybe we should have taken the long, but also I think this short is way better. So like, he missed the long, but we get the short. The short ends up being a break even. Would the 1 minute keeping price down be a good short? Like, wait, what do you mean? What 1 minute? What time frame, Damo? 13:11. Oh, you mean holding price up, not keeping price down. I see what you mean. Maybe we can bind this and we find a different time frame that has it, but no, I don't think so because there's actually a 5 minute here that's holding price up. You see this? So maybe when this 5 minute fails, that'll be like the short. We have a 30-second long here. I guess did we tap? We tapped the 3 minute. We never tapped that 5 above. I guess this could be AMD, but I think at the end of the day here, I'm going to want to see this 5 minute break before I take any more shorts. We do have the equal lows below, sure. I think here you just wait for price to clean up because the macro isn't really distributing us anywhere, and we're not really doing too much right now. So I'd probably just chill, wait for us to clean up, and then maybe get a long or whatever. We about to tap that 5 minute above. Yep. I'm just playing what I see. Yeah, Vert. I don't have any bias right now. Right now, I'm seeing this 5 minute gap holding price, so I'm kind of just eyeing that. And then I'm seeing price holding this 3 minute, or not the 3 minute, but the 1 minute bearish gap to the left here, and I'm eyeing that as well. And I don't know. I feel like we just are between too many things, and we just need to sweep one side's extremity before getting caught up in the chop. I mean, if we look at the 15 minute here, does this look like a good PA? So that's kind of my focus right now, is just wading through the murkiness of price right now and trying to wait until we get some clearer water. Did I miss my AM plays? Yeah, Shadka, you did. The only one that I really, really liked was this 3 minute short. If you took this 3 minute short, then that was, in my opinion, the play of the day. I took this trade this morning. I do not believe this 5 minute short was a good play this morning because we were still holding the 1 minute for value gap here. This 1 minute we established is significant, right, in terms of order flow, right? Because we tapped into it and made a higher high. So the fact that we were holding this should have told you, okay, maybe price is actually still bullish here. The 3 minute short, yeah. So all it was is we swept AM highs, the 930 wick, right, or 933, whatever. That tapped into a 4 hour bearish gap, and then we had an immediate soup reaction with a 3 candle V shape. It's about as A plus as it can get. Right here's us tapping into the 4 hour. To use Tradevate Copy Trader, do you have to place the trade on Tradevate, or can you use TradingView? I think you can only use Tradevate. Well, yeah, we're kind of engineering some lows here. Do you consider the 15-minute FEG from August 18th important at this point? Yes. I marked that out earlier. Oh, we're looking at different 15 minutes. I just assumed you meant this one. The August 18th, 4 a.m. Yes, obviously. Yeah, this is important. The 4 hour and 1 hour are also important, but yeah, the 15-minute is still important here. Because the wicks are doing the damage, but the bodies tell us the story. So the fact that the bodies are all holding here tells us that this 15-minute is significant for order flow. Yeah, for sure, EJ, that's fine. To me, this 5-minute getting inverse didn't tell us anything about order flow, so I just didn't figure it would be a winning trade, and I just avoided it. And like the worst part is the SMR holds, so like it's not even really a fail, you know. Like you had the right idea with the reversal here. It's just unclean PA, right? All right, let's keep an eye on this next 5-minute candle here. The next hourly candle opened. Next 15-minute open. And we are starting to dump. We're running this LRLR, so I suppose maybe once this 1 minute breaks, once this 5-minute breaks, we will see further downside here. The 30-second printed. Which one? This tiny one or this one? Because this one went invalid. Oh, the tiny one. True, true. No, Lewis. No, as long as we're between those two 15 minutes, the bullish one and the bearish one, it's about the same. And the fact that that one's still holding, even though we tapped on the one above, still tells us that the 15-minute there is significant. 5-minute SMR entry here to low of day. Hey, do what you got to do. I like it. I like how this is a nice little CISD and breaker block kind of forming here on the 5-minute. Plyo, this is your signal. If we get the SMR here, take the short. There's your signal. But that's a signal only for Plyo. You had your stop over the 1-minute OB. Nice. All right, Faber. Just know that by like changing the I guess rules of the IFEG model, you adjust the win rate. So make sure that if you're going to change any rules, that you backtest them and make sure that it creates for a winning model. Because maybe this is just like recency bias that you're going through right now. You know, you're seeing a few trades and you're like, I have to change the strategy, right? Sure. All right, we're back up. No SMR. This long works to the high. Okay, this is a vert call out. This long works to the high, he says. We held this 1 minute. Sweep the low. Pretty V-shape right during the macro. Respected the 1 minute there to the left. We never got the trigger. We never got the trigger there. Okay. got one more minute here. Let's see if we put in this SMR. Come on, so Plyo can take a trade. Oh, wait. Nope, never mind. We're coming back up. Deli, we just took a short. What do you mean? This is fire. You're telling me you didn't take this? And then, Deli, you're telling me you didn't take this 5-minute long? That was textbook. This 5-minute long printed, the 5-minute short printed. Dude, this is cooking. We full TP'd at the high here on the 5-minute long and then full TP'd at the low here on the 5-minute short, right, guys? All right. Dude, this is such bad PA. Let's be real. I mean, we're not trading in this, right? Even though this 30-second does look tradable, I guess, like structure-wise, but then you go down to the 30-second and it just looks like barcode, so I don't know. Anyway, it's a vert call out, so I guess we'll see if it works. All right, guys. So there's vert's entry. Okay, okay, okay. Wait, let vert cook. Let vert cook. Dude, Vert is radio silent for the first time, bro. He is locked in this trade. Oh, we almost did the TP there. Bang! There's the TP. Let's go. We all took that. Is this TP negative RR? Let's see. Yeah. I mean, it's a 4-point TP, 0.5 RR. All right, so yeah, it looks like as long as it's 5 minutes holding, this is our significant gap for the section, or not section, session. So we'll keep an eye on this, and then I guess we'll just go from there. I mean, this has all been chopped, not really tradable. We're not really putting in 1 minute for value gap, so we just have to wait. right. Thanks some more. All right, so we might have a, I guess, 5-minute BPR inverse here. This is a significant BPR. Set price lower here. So I imagine us inversing this might take us back to PM high. So no 5-minute inverse there. We're still waiting. What are we feeling about shorts out of this 1-minute BPR? I don't think I want to be bearish until we inverse this 5-minute gap. I just haven't seen anything convincing telling me that we are bearish yet. You know, we never even got our SMR here. We held the OB. We held the gap. So what if we resweep 23,800? Maybe. Yeah, maybe if we resweep 23,800. I just think these are like lower probability conditions where we've swept out the draw and we're chopping on the higher time frame. No, TD. I don't agree with that, but I think that's an okay rule to institute. I think I'm gonna stick to my rule of how I kind of differentiate, you know, when to wait for a multiple time frame close trade or whether it's just good on that first, you know, obvious looking time frame. And for me, that's just going to be if we sweep an extremity and get good displacement, I don't have to wait for multiple time frames. Also, I don't think he follows that rule, so that's the other thing. Dream scenario right now, probably a short from the high, but I really can't think of anything that's like dream scenario right now because we don't have any good draws. Anything cooking? Not yet. Hmm. Hmm. 3 minute if both inverse, 30-second re-entry. We've equalized. We have the unfilled gap up here to target. I just think we're trading inside the range, and whenever I trade inside the range, I tend to lose more. So I don't want to try and take trades that I know I lose more, more often. Sniper, we just had a 5 minute trade end up being a break even. So, all good there. No. I'm pretty sure it's a loss. Not even a break even. That's an instant TP. It's an instant TP just in the wrong direction. All right. The one-on-one I had today with this guy, he was a market maker 30 years ago for a few years, and he's been trading this model that he perfected himself that has a 63% win rate on the DAX, which is like the Dow 30 for Germany. And there was like a textbook setup that actually formed this morning on it. And like, dude, this would have been so fire if like we formed that. Who's the guy? It's Philip. But yeah, no, he wanted to learn more about the IFEG model because he has his profitable model that he trades on the DAX, but it only forms a few setups a week. And so he just wanted to see what it was about. And he came to me with like so many like really good questions. Like normally people that do one-on-ones with me normally don't have as many prepared questions, but he was sitting there for like an hour and 45 minutes just asking me every single question about anything. What one of the best questions he asked was, what usually makes a losing IFEG setup? Like what's like the typical losing trade look like? And I just said, if you just don't wait for order flow. So who's the guy? His name was Philip. I don't know what his Discord was. It was just like Philip something. But yeah, no, he wasn't a market maker for 30 years. He was a market maker 30 years ago. So I don't know how long he was doing it for, but yeah, he was in London, I think, doing it. Can you go over these setups? Took those 3 losses, thought they were good coming off London high. So that one there, Benjamin, that short, we didn't have order flow confirmed bearish. So you basically just shorted before the confirmation was there, and oh wow, the momentum wasn't that good. Okay, so the 3 minute inverse is kind of doing its thing right now. Yeah, Playa. He said he worked for a few different props or something. His name was or his Discord was Dr. Phil 3217. Bro, what? We cannot have it. The 5 minute short, same thing. We were still respecting that 1 minute there that was significant, that was holding price. So everything basically teetered around in terms of buys this 1 minute. We've talked about in the past how, price can appear to switch structure and change order flow numerous times, but as long as we're holding one specific POI or gap, that it doesn't matter, what's going on the lower time frame. That was kind of the situation this morning where we had this 1 minute 9:30 gap, our first presented gap that formed, and that just continued to hold price. And so that first presented gap is going to be a little bit more significant than most other fair value gaps. And when that's holding, it doesn't matter if the 5 minute inverses or the 3 or whatever. This gap is going to basically control order flow. And then once that breaks, then you can assume, okay, we're going for, previous day low or whatever. So yeah. And then for that last setup there, that setup was okay, but the close was really, really bad momentum. So typically on these inverse setups, you want to wait for momentum to be good, especially when you are shorting into a 2 minute bullish gap, a 3 minute bullish gap, right? There's a tiny one there that was respecting, and so on and so forth. So there, your biggest problem that you're actually running to is just shorting against order flow or longing against order flow. I guess it was just, you just took shorts. So yeah, just shorting against order flow. So what I would do is I would go back and I would watch, I forget what PM stream recap it is, but there's a graphic that I can share with you that we've reposted a couple times in PM, and I want you to take a look at this graphic and study it and start applying it to your trades, and that should help you avoid some of those losses that you're taking. Tomorrow is the 19th, right, of August. And do we have news tomorrow? If we don't have news, it's probably just going to be about the same as today. Yeah, so we don't really have news, so it'll probably be about the same as today. And we're going right back up. Yeah, for sure. By the way, I believe the 22nd is the last day for the Starter Plus accounts. So if you guys like those Starter Plus accounts and you like to trade with them with MFFU, make sure you buy, whichever ones you want, whichever sizes you want before the 22nd, because then I think that's the last day for those account types. And then as far as the starter accounts, I don't know. I just know that the Starter Plus is confirmed. But the starter and expert accounts might also be gone, so just make sure that if you want any of those accounts also to buy those before the 22nd. For example, pair it with M1. No, so that's time frame alignment. What I'm talking about is there will be gaps, right, that kind of dictate order flow, right? So for example, this 5 minute here, well, yes, we haven't made a higher high out of it. Do you see how historically we've respected this gap with a numerous number of like wicks here, right? And the bodies continue to respect. So this gap is significant in telling us, okay, that as long as we're respecting this gap, we have bullish order flow. It's kind of the same thing with this 15 minute to the left that Dodgy pointed out this morning when he took his short. As long as we're respecting this 15 minute gap, we still have bearish order flow in the higher time frame, right? So while we're between this 5 minute gap that we've established is important for the lower time frame, and this 15 minute that we've established is important for the higher time frame, we'll probably just continue to chop within this range. Once we break one of these gaps, we'll probably see the extremity get hit. Does that make sense, Valley? And so the way that you use that for your trades is you, while we're between these two things, you just don't do anything. You just wait. And then once one breaks, then you can try and take a trade that aligns with that order flow switch. Yeah, that's exactly why this 3 minutes failing, right? So when Vert was telling me and trying to talk about, oh, what if I get a short out of this 1 minute BPR? I'm telling him, I mean, do what you got to do, but at the end of the day, as long as it's 5 minutes holding, I'm not going to take any shorts. Yeah, and like you could use your break even right now for this like unfilled 1 minute gap, right? Maybe that could be the idea if we got a short. Yeah, yeah. So you want to talk about? Yeah, that was another question that he had today. My one-on-one, but if we want to talk about, when to expect good PA versus when to expect bad. Does anybody have a screenshot of that? Because I never pinned it, and I don't want to really retype it all out. But I'll do it again, I guess. This will have just been the second time today. Dave, you missed a short that ended up going break even. I also messaged you back about your request to change your date to Thursday. So, thank you. There's some more stuff here that I have to include, but this is the gist. All right, so I'll throw both of those in the pinned comments. It doesn't let me. That's interesting. Okay. So this is basically it. We're going to add some stuff to tell, or how to anticipate bad PA as well. Right? Oh, somebody asked me what days, I think it was Vert actually, what days are not typically good. We've talked about OPEX for PM specifically, so you guys that have been in PM for a while know that OPEX typically isn't that good of a day. Another, like, characteristically bad day is typically the two days before NFP, although I don't really care about any specific day being good or bad. Just knowing when to anticipate it is the idea, right? Another bad day is usually a bank holiday. Another one is like, I guess the day before, like a stock market holiday. Kind of isn't amazing, right? So days when to expect bad PA. Friday PM, OPEX, session before holiday, bank holiday, PM session, Wednesday PM session / Thursday before NFP, pre-news, pre-earnings, Mag 7. I think that's about it. Or just no news days. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Week of contract rollover. Thank you, Tom. So basically every day. um, Not for real though. A lot of these days usually overlap. So it's not like every day, but yeah, there's a few days here. Okay. I don't know what else. Because it's like pretty general information. Yes. I guess thanks for asking. Would 5 minute inverse? Would you rate 1 minute confirmation as? I wouldn't. I just don't think that there's really any good draw here, and you're still like kind of longing into bearish gaps. So, because I don't think there's any good buy side liquidity, I think we're generating more sell side here. So probably just best to wait for a short. Like we kind of have like an LRLR thing going on. Would it be easier to make a list of days we expect good PA? No, because realistically, this is just like days where you can expect like bad PA, but it's not always going to be bad PA. Like not every Friday PM is going to be bad. Not every OPEX is going to be bad. These are just days like maybe it's best to like be careful about certain setups. Maybe don't try and take continuation plays as much. Maybe you size down. Maybe you're more hesitant about taking like setups that like kind of seem like fake out plays. That kind of thing. The days that are always going to be good, I guess. After NFP, CPI, after FOMC, just like Tuesday through Thursday in general is decent. During when we have a high VIX, I guess. It's just okay. That 1 minute went invalid anyway. Hey, Vert, what's my answer going to be? No. You're asking me if I'm going to take that setup. You're asking my thoughts? You know my thoughts. I've already told you. What is my thought? Yeah. The 5 minutes holding, I'm still bullish. Right? The market can change order flow and structure numerous times throughout the sequence, but as long as we're holding that 5 minute order flow on the higher time frame is still bullish, right? So if we inverse this one, sure, it's a significant gap, but that's not what there's an even more significant gap here. You know what I mean? Like, yes, this is a good gap, but you have to take into context, okay, there's an even better one here. It also depends on the candle here. If we have a very good high momentum death candle, then sure, maybe that will be what takes us to run the LRLR. If we don't get that and it's more of a close through and like, you know, not that good, then maybe that's not the play, because you'd be violating a lot of things. Bullish OB, one fair value gap here, another one here, and you know, at that point it would make sense to see price run everything, right? So we've covered the day, so I can get these off the screen. Sure. Expect bad PA. Just no structure that doesn't make sense. And then what I mean by that is like no typical market maker model present or AMD setup. Good, Baker. How about yourself? Cool. Yeah, we just took a little short, got break even on it. Now we're just waiting for price to do something. Yeah, my weekend was fine. It was just hung out. I was looking through PA throughout the day, just like the mid. Honestly, we've had a lot of decent setups. Like, for example, Baker, this 3-minute short here was so beyond A+. This was the trade I took today. The reason why it was A+ is because we have that, you know, soup liquidity sweep, right? Instant V shape, reacting off the higher time frame. So, just our perfect move there. So the 1 and 2 are both significant. Which one do I use? You use the 1 minute here. Oh, I see, the one that we just put in. Well, we haven't made a higher high yet, so I guess the 1 minute for now. If we make a higher high out of the 2 minute, then yeah, you could use the 2, I guess. $762. The lower one, you're saying. Oh, the 1 minute then. Yeah. But on a 3-minute inverse that you took, order flow wasn't confirmed. Correct. We didn't have that like confirmation right from like an SMR or significant gap or whatever. But we've talked about what is the one scenario where you don't have to wait for order flow or an SMR. If we have high displacement off of a higher time frame, inefficiency, or liquidity sweep. So here, when we get this inverse, we are reacting off the 4-hour gap here, right? And so because of that, I don't have to wait for order flow. Because technically, when we take this high, it goes neutral. That 3-minute inverse with momentum confirms bearish order flow. We took the 5-minute short here, Baker. And we should have taken the 5-minute long here, but I just wasn't ready. It like triggered right at 130. So we're failing to make a higher high here. So yeah, if you want like the highest probability setup, you have to wait for this 1 minute. I like that we're respecting this 1 minute here. So this momentum isn't great. So I think here you want to wait for the SMR. I guess we have one because of the SMT. So this was kind of your manipulation like here and then the CISD, but it's not as clean. I mean, I guess you could take this 1 minute, like, or the 2 minute actually here. The 2 minutes more obvious. But I don't know. I feel like this 5 minutes going to be the thing. I like that we're kind of coming into the macro here. Maybe I'll like try it light. I feel like every single time I've tried it light lately, it's just lost. But that would be kind of the idea. So no inverse there. Yeah, sure, Benjamin. So the 1 minute here isn't a death candle. Each one of these candles is very wicked, and so the momentum here just isn't as good, right? It technically meets the criteria of 5 points per minute, but like it's just not that good, and this gap just isn't that obvious in comparison to like the 3 minute here, right? The 3 minute really sticks out. It's like a death candle, right? So it's just like better in every way. Like visually, this is on a higher time frame. The gap is more obvious. This is a death candle. You know, we fall a significant amount of points. This one, it's not so much. It also isn't really, it doesn't really make sense for us to reverse here. And yes, we are reacting off the 1 hour that we've tapped into, but we still left a little bit of liquidity behind here. After we sweep this liquidity, there's not really any major like ITH until like all the way up here. So all right, Dodgy caught up. You know, he was calling me. You know, whatever type of names for saying August wasn't that good, but now he's caught up. Order flow not clear with this one. Yeah, exactly. This one, yes. I mean, death candle, right? So we inverse the 1 minute to the downside here. Come right back up. 2 minutes still holding though. And then this SMR is going to break. I'm telling you, Vert, like forcing a setup inside the range here is just going to get you caught up in a trade. That's either going to be a break even or a loss. If you just wait for like the extremity, you're gonna take a good setup. Verbally your account? Nice. Yeah, if we came up and swept this high, maybe swept PM high, target PM low. I feel like this LRLR would be better if we kept tapping it, right? If we kept seeing like price hit along this trend line more. Oh, Morik's in a suit, or he's in a short. Hmm. Hmm. It's a weird place to short. That's what I thought it was. I immediately went to the 1 hour. Interesting, interesting. Well, good luck with that short. I did some backtesting and I have a question about the setup. Would you have taken the first small IFVG or the bigger one on the second one? During drawdown, would you have moved your break even to the blue line, the thick one? No. I think I would have taken that first setup, like the smaller one, but looked for a 30-second there because that looks like the 2 minute. So maybe there's a 30-second or a 1 minute, and I would have just entered off that. So yeah, that's the 2 minute time frame. Maybe you wait for the 30-second there because that is very V-shaped coming off of sell side liquidity there. So you get the SMR, but after the fact. But yeah, no, I don't think I would go to break even at that new blue line. I think I would just go break even at the high there and try and target the next high. 1 minute or 30-second of multiple FEGs. If the 1 minute or 30-second of multiple FEGs and the 2 minute is singular but the 2 minute isn't obvious, use the 1 minute or 30-second and just use both gaps and combine them. Alright, so I'll just throw the only thing that matters on the chart right now, which is this 5 minute and this 15, which we know is there. Is there a way I can make this 15-minute not appear on multiple time frames? Would it be sync and layout? Would that be it? No. Visual order. Ah, there we go. Wait a minute. Ah! All right. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, so I'll do it on yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, current interval and above. So when I go down the time frame, okay. Wait, that was cool. I saw this other thing about TradingView that I saw over the weekend, but I forgot. Wait, what I just missed? Why'd you get excited? Because I learned something you can do with TradingView. That's it. You didn't miss a setup. Share? Yeah, okay. So you right click on the FEG that you want to show on the current interval only, or you can do current interval and above or below. So for below, it would look like this, where you'd only see it on the 15 and below, and then it disappears when you get to the 30-minute, and you just have to right click and do visibility on intervals. If I want to do just the 15-minute, it'll disappear on everything else. That was all. Can you give me your thoughts on this trade? I think I know why it lost, being that enough liquidity was swept and price didn't need to retrace again. Also, time is the 108 short. So the 108 short failed because we had bullish order flow here. I believe we have a time frame difference, right? So you're behind. This is CST, right? So we had an SMT here. So when we get this SMT, price is bullish when we start to inverse bearish PD arrays. And then, yeah, I think this short just lost because we'd already gotten the SMT and we had a bullish reversal, right? We got our SMR. So you're kind of fading the SMR there. And then we've been in seek and destroy conditions, right? So when we sweep out sell side, we usually want to go for buy side next. When we sweep out buy side, now we want to go for sell side. And we're just still trying to go for sell side. We just haven't gotten there yet. Or maybe we're still trying to go for buy side. Maybe we haven't hit buy side yet, which is AM high. And then we'll get our reversal for 3 o'clock and we'll hit sell side. Who knows? I mean, technically we never hit external buy side here, so maybe that's why we haven't been necessarily bearish to the low yet. We respected this 5-minute. So Trump and European leaders are speaking, I guess. Yeah, for sure. I think it's just the one that's like titled something about SMR. Let me find it. I should really like title my streams more usefully. Normally I do when like we have a specific stream that's about something. But yeah. Take PMI and then reversal delivery from 15-minute, maybe. So we're back up. Was there a valid inverse to take us up here, or did they all go invalid? This 30-second went break even. Invalid, invalid. Okay, so no valid setup here. We could have taken, I suppose, the... Oh, those lost. So yeah, no valid setup. 5-minute. We could have taken the 5-minute. Yeah, I guess the 5-minute was valid. Pretty horrible momentum, though. But yeah, this was the only valid inverse. And then I guess you try and go break even when you're up 13 points and you get break even. Decent twisted. We got one setup and it got break even. And now I think we might be on the verge of getting a short setup. If we can sweep PM high or AM high and get like a nice little soup reaction. What do you guys think? You guys think Dodgy would soup this? Morik, did your short get stopped out? Break even? Nice. If we inverse the 15-minute to the upside, I feel like that's significant. But at the same time, the 4-hour could just hold and then send us back lower. So I feel like if we inverse the 15-minute to the upside here after taking out PMI, I will expect price to go to AMI. And then from there, we'll have to look for our short. Because I don't think I'd want to fade the 15-minute here getting inversed with this much speed. We are going to get an SMT here with the PMI. Dude, UNH, kind of cooking. I think I'm already up $8. Oh, no. I had to open my mouth, dude. We've just been bearish all session. You put 3. Hey, that's what I did. 10 shares. Wait, Dodgy wanted London high? That doesn't make any sense. Why would he avoid taking the setup because he wants London high? No, that's what he just messaged when somebody asked him why he didn't take the woman at short. He said he wanted London high. Hell yeah, dude. Hey, by the way, we never inversed the weekly. We still have a tiny little weekly gap that's holding. Hey, but the look at that. The indicator triggered. Dude, we're going to be sitting with this money in UNH for the next 2 years, and we're not going to do anything. And we could have just put that money into NVIDIA, and NVIDIA is probably going to go to $10 trillion, and we would have doubled our money if we'd have just put it there. That's like the most realistic outcome, in my opinion. Like, you're probably better off just putting your money into NVIDIA, but I'll throw it on there, see what happens. Maybe we'll fade. Oh, you know what could happen? Maybe there's like another COVID or something, and we print. 5 minutes short here. Uh, yeah, or maybe not. Yeah, on the higher time frame, Faber. I did one earlier this year, and it printed. Worked for like 2,000 points, unironically. Let's pull it up on NQ1. Let's go back and look at the glory days. Can anyone see the inverse I took? $50-minute closed above. Great. Here was the short. And I was targeting, I think it was here. And the reason why is because we death candled. And then we jump back in the long here. This 2-minute short is cooked because 50-minute closed above. I just think we're bullish. Maybe we see 50%. What's a death candle? It's just a candle that like violently violates bullish or bearish PD rays with a lot of speed and displacement. So, for example, this candle at 10:28 today on the 1 minute was a death candle. We moved about 30 points in a minute. It is not like an ICT concept. It's not like an ICT term. It's just like a term that we've created in the Discord to describe a very bearish or very bullish candle. So we retraced, tapped into that, I guess, what was it, 5 minute? And just bullish reaction. Guys, I'm thinking about taking a trip first week of October. Where should I go for like fall. I'm thinking New England. Colombia. Florida. Japan. Dude, I'm not going to Japan. But I don't know. Saugatuck, Michigan. I was in Saugatuck earlier this year. Go shopping in China. If I went to China, I would go to what's the one gambling place? Biggest gambling place in the entire world. Macau. Yeah. Nah, Krish, I've already been with my girlfriend for 4 years now, but that's funny. New York Stock Exchange. Oh, I did that last October. That was fun. Vegas. Oh, I'm good. Korea. True. Japan. I've been to the Grand Canyon. Okay. Is Japan like really that great? I think I would go for the car scene. Grand Canyon is not mid. I love the Grand Canyon. I went to the South Rim. Favorite JDM car? I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, the NSX is cool. Um, Honestly, I really like the Toyota Century. The Toyota Century is really cool. Any Lexus or the Toyota Century is cool. I mean, the R34 Skyline is like a cop out answer for JDM. R32, both of those. Um, yeah, the Century's cool. I should go to Thailand, bro. I'm not going to Thailand. If we're being real, probably the GTR. Just any generation GTR is probably my favorite JDM. But dude, like the RCF is cool, the LFA is cool. But is the LFA really like JDM? Yeah, I already have two cars in mind, Whale, that I'm going to test drive, and whichever one I like more, I'm going to get. I'll get it in 2 years. So my insurance rate goes down. RX-7's cool. I don't think I would pick a Mazda, though. No. I'm not going to get an M4. I'm going to get a C8 Corvette or a AMG GT. Both around the same price range. I'll probably get like a 2018. The C8 Corvette is way too much value for performance. I mean, it's just like it's almost like a no-brainer. I'll have that, and I'll have the Camry, and I'll be perfect. And I'll get my girlfriend either a Sienna, or I'll get her a um, Subaru like Outback or a Toyota Rav4 or something. Yeah, that one, Vert. Well, that's the R. I'd probably just get the normal one. Audi RS7. I'd probably get the RS6 over the 7 or an S5. Ryan does have a blue C8, yes. The S5 with the supercharger. Yeah, exactly. That's how I would get it maybe not murdered out, but like, yeah, I'd probably get it with different rims. Yeah, I'd get that, or I'd get the C8. I already have a spec for the C8 that I think I'd get. I'd probably go with yellow, white, or red, but not like the maroon, like the red. The GT is probably going to be 60 to 50K when I get it in 2 years. The C8 will probably be around the same. If I get a C8, I would love to get the Z06, but the Z06 is probably just a little too expensive. Plus, the base model is plenty good. Oh yeah, every single time I hear the C8 on the highway, I'm like, God, I want to get it. Yeah, PM stream and trading and everything. Yeah, it's been all right. Plus, I'll have 2 more years too, so I'll have a nice little cushion. Maybe I'll have a house, whatever. Um, but yeah, hopefully we don't get any more of these like August months because that's definitely not helping with the pursuit of the AMG GT. A Tesla would be fine for a daily. Maybe to upgrade the Camry one day. The C7 Z06 would be awesome too, Walrus. Yeah, I think I just like the C8 because of the more modern amenities and the interior. I think I'd go with the Tesla Vert because the Tesla is just better like amenities. And at that point, if I'm splitting the use between two cars, I don't really have to worry about wear and tear. Maybe I'll just keep the Camry and I'll have a Tesla and a C8. I mean, that would be cool. I'm sounding like Dodgy real quick. 1 minute SMR here with SMT. Yeah. I wouldn't get a Lucid, no. I would rather get a Tesla. Yeah, sure, Braden. Sure, sure. CISD, that is our change of state of delivery. If you're wondering what that is, I imagine it would be this 3 minute. So we failed to get it there. I kind of hate this reversal because it's not very soup-like. To me, this seems like a retrace. Maybe to tap a... I don't really know, actually. Nothing today has been light bulb for me yet. I mean, the 5 minute was barely there. Maybe we're retracing to 50 to tap this 15. Yeah, stalling to hit the final target for the macro. That makes sense. Go and hit New York AM high. That would complete our seek and destroy. That would make sense. Even though we came down and reswept the low on ES there, so I don't know what that's about. But I guess we kept the London low SMT intact, so I don't know. Just like not very clean delivery for seek and destroy. If we close below 795, is that our CISD? I guess. But like it's not a very good one. Because when we remanipulate up here, we don't really tag into anything new. We just fill the 1 minute. Not this like lime yellow, but more like this yellow. Dude, that would be sick. I think this is how I would get it spec'd. I wouldn't get this color. I don't like that color. This one. I'm not sure if they have this one on the base model, but I wouldn't do that. Like this is cool. The C801 and that yellow. Here we go. Like this. Perfect. Competition yellow. The C7 looks better in the all black than the C8, I think. That's why I'm going to get it in yellow. Why not a scat pack? Because I don't want a scat pack. Yeah, that looks way better in all black. I agree. Okay. Scat pack is like driving a boat. Also, I can get like way better value for performance. If I was like in the 40K range, I would just probably get, I don't know, some twin turbo V6 or inline 6 European car or Genesis or something. We didn't really inverse this 5. I guess the 1 minute did, but the close was horrible. I guess the SMR is kind of doing something. We've got the SMR now for sure. But yeah, I think this is just a retrace before we come back and hit the high. I think I'm just married to New York AMI here. Sorry there hasn't been anything like too crazy past the first like 30 minutes of the day here. This session, I mean. Just been slow grind up all session. Maybe if we see this 1 minute inverse here, we'll see price go to New York AMI. We did just tap into a 15-minute unfilled gap there. This 1 minute doesn't look horrible. Coming off the 15-minute. It's not quite 1-to-1 to the high. We don't get the inverse there. It would be good risk to reward to the New York AM high. Maybe we see OB get put in here. We came down and swept liquidity. This is actually our condition for a good continuation long here, but the problem is our drawn liquidity isn't good enough to be taking a long in premium. So I'll probably fade this one. Maybe I'll take it on an eval if I had one. Well, I'm just sitting here. All right, we got the 1 minute OB here. So now we just need the inverse. And I suppose this would probably work to AM highs. Can I mark out the 1 minute OB? Sure. The price closes over candle body high there. We get the order block. Usually you'll want to see price respect CE of those, or 50%. And because it isn't, that means that this order block probably isn't that important. And what's more important here is the inverse. Does Trade of 8 have an auto break even? I do not know. You don't count the second 1 minute. What about 2 minute? 2 minute IFEGs. Wait, what are you asking, Nick? Okay, so the fact that we didn't come up and inverse the gap on the second leg up, we have a 2 minute IFG as well and a second tiny 1 minute. I don't see the second tiny 1 minute here. I mean, I see, I guess, this 2 tick 1. And I see the 2 minute there as well. So yeah, I guess we could look at the 2 minute here, sure. It looks to be about the same size as the 1 minute. The reason why I was looking at the 1 minute before was because I believe it was the only gap present. Oh wait, no, I guess the 2 minute did get formed. So yeah, we can look at the 2. I mean, either or, it doesn't really matter. So the thing with the auto break even thing is that I don't think you can do ATM orders when you're copy trading. For me, I just try to keep it simple when I'm trading on Trade of 8. I set up my groups. I manually enter all my trades. I set my stop loss to break even manually, and I set my take profits manually. Well, we're 2 hours into the stream, and nothing really has happened. We might just chop it out for the rest of the session and run liquidity right at 4. Okay, E at the end. We got that. That's cool. Can we get it in 2? Do you guys think it's like... What's a good, like... I guess that. Oh, wait, no, that doesn't make sense. Because S. So what do we think? It could be like... Can't be closed, no O. It could be like ISE or STE or could be chisel? No. What are we thinking? STE? What would be the word here? Not really. Paste, can't be paste, no A. I think it's going to be SE. Something in like ISE? Or can it be that? No. Or it could be USE? What am I looking at, Zebby? What is that, like a long off the rejection block? For sure, for sure. Well, good luck with that. I don't hate it. As long as we respect this, right? Your break even? Oh, so that was probably the break even right then. Okay. Dude, what are we thinking? Amuse? Is that a word? Amuse? No. I mean, we just have to start guessing stuff, right? Like, that's fine. I won't. It could be in the second spot, too. Like, what would be the... issue? Yo! Yo, nah. Nah. In two. In two. Damn. Dude, that's the clip of the day right there. Issue in two. Wow. Fast food chain that sells 50-piece nuggets. Circle above an angel's head. Queen or king, separately, karaoke bar accessories. Lake craft with a palindromic name. That means this is A. Distress signal for a broken down car. Indianapolis NFL team. Colts. Indigenous people of Arizona. Hard-headed animal. 5 is royal. Part. Hopi. There we go. Can we do the crossword? I think you have to pay for the crossword, right? Dude, I should definitely sign up and pay and then just write it off on my taxes, right? Fahrenheit. Check. Can I do that? Entertainment cost or something for the clients? Keeps you out of bad trades? Oh, true. How do you keep track of them? Accounting software, or I use Excel. I have my administrative expenses, my technology stuff, like, that kind of thing. My subscriptions, my prop firm costs, and then my like office expense itself, like the part of my rent that covers my office from while I work from home, and then my internet as well. So utilities, I guess, that would fall under. Yeah, also the IRS isn't worried about me. They're worried about Ryan. Is that good LRLR? No, it's too steep. Remember, Ryan talks about the 45-degree angle, right? This is like a 60-degree angle. I'm kind of trolling, but like, real. This is um, too steep. Have you missed anything? Not yet, crypto. Have ever been to Grid Life at Gingerman Raceway? I have not. Where is this at? When is it? 6-7? I missed it. Damn. I don't know. Walrus had me look it up. Do I listen to EDM? Not really, no. Q, stop, breakfast, shot, pool, pocket, prom, parking, chance, Wi-Fi, digital, opening, wrist, nod, break, signal. Q, break, pocket, pool, right? Ooh, that was the fake out. Q, signal. We're still respecting this 15-minute. Rejection block is holding. Wow, that was really algorithmic how that held. Held to the tick. Yeah, I think we're gonna run AM high for 4 o'clock. That's probably our objective. What are we thinking? Q signal prompt nod. I like that. I like that. I like that. Stopwatch, pocket watch, digital watch, wristwatch. Uh huh. Uh huh. Uh. Parking chance. No, I was thinking like Monopoly. Free Wi-Fi. Free parking. Free breakfast. Free. I don't know. Thank you, JM Hawk. Ah, okay, okay. 2 minute long. Yep, we have a 2 minute long incoming. By EVG. I like the momentum here. I would probably take this on an eval if I had one. I like the way that price rejected that rejection block, or respected it, not rejected it. Rejected means down, respected means up. That's how I think about it. Are we gonna get it? Oh wow, we're gonna get it. All right, there's the inverse. So break even at the high, target AM high maybe. Stop loss at the inception gap. Am I taking this? No, I'm not taking this. I don't have any evals left. Maybe if I had an eval. I think the reason why I wouldn't take this unfunded is because we're just so high up in premium, right? So if this fails, it's because you're taking a long in premium without a very good draw. You're just targeting a session external high inside of a gap, which like isn't the greatest draw in liquidity ever, right? We want to target better draws than that. Also, I guess this 3 minutes still holding. So, wow, this just got destroyed because I guess maybe the SMT. But yeah, you're long after the initial buy side's been taken, so it's just okay. I think this would be the play that would take us to the AM high though. Like this is the last chance. If this play doesn't work out, then there's just not going to be anything today. Well, I've never. Actually, that's not true. I see plays like this fail instantly all the time. Well, I guess technically it didn't fail, but I would hate to see that reaction in live time if I was in this. So, huh? Okay, maybe, maybe not. Yeah, we're just waiting for 350 right now. Waiting for this 2 minute to fail. If it's gonna fail in 5 seconds here. Nope, still not yet. Okay, tapped rejection block again, still holding. That would be stupid if this 2 minute held. That'd be funny. Oh,
Yeah, you get anything?
what's going on?
Yeah, you guys get any play?
We got a 5 minute short, and it was just a break even.
Yeah, I didn't even take that, dude. I knew that was gonna be a break even.
Yeah, we were hopeful.
This price action sucks.
Yeah, it's just a slow grind up right now.
So annoying, bro. Yeah, I'm golfing. I'm playing so bad.
For sure. Is it a mindset issue or is it like a skill issue?
Oh, you are? Yeah, zero. 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 Why are you guys leaving so early? Oh, bad. All right. You're leaving for college tomorrow? Nice. Good. All right. Good luck.
Wait, Dodge is hanging out with high schoolers?
Oh, college. Say college.
I'm just kidding. Not freshmen, right? They're like juniors or something.
I think that'd be a junior. I think I don't know.
Oh, okay, for sure, for sure.
I'm playing so bad, bro. I'm at 40. I'm just like, dude, the lies I'm getting are terrible.
Yeah, no
So
A plus
bad. And our
setups.
course sucks. It's all dry.
Damn.
Dude, I might stop trading on my account the rest of August, bro.
Okay,
This is shit.
for sure. Guys, somehow the 2 minute is still working.
It'll play.
Morik on his main account lost access to the Discord, and I checked the logs, and it doesn't say he's banned, so I don't know what's going on. Dude, this 2 minute is actually gonna work. There's no way. We lost to the tick, or not lost to the tick. We came down to the tick, didn't lose, and now it's working. Break even will be PM high, I guess. Yeah, I mean, you should have held there on eval for sure, right? If it's just an eval, who cares? If it's a funded, maybe you're a little concerned, but I mean, obviously this is just an eval play anyway, so I feel like everyone should still be in this if you were in on eval. I like how ES is also coming up with NQ at the same time here, so we're correlated. Maybe we'll break that SMT and take us up to that high. Got 2 more minutes till the macro here. I'd like to hit that high before the macro so that we can just go break even before 350. And then whatever happens at 350 will just be how the play ends up panning out. But usually it's not that nice. So hopefully we get lucky. So I guess this trade showcased the importance of waiting for the body to close below the true stop, and not just exiting when the IFG fails, right? By the way, we are like apparently dead even on the day. Okay, so 1 more minute till 350 here. Oh,
Yo,
yep.
the Browns just named Joe Flacco the starting QB.
Interesting, interesting.
That's crazy.
He's like 500.
I don't know. Dude, Shadir Sanders wasn't playing bad.
Yeah, I
That is
saw a couple of
crazy.
the preseason highlights. I think they'll start him eventually. They just need to, um, keep, I guess, training him, and then maybe midway through the season or whatever, he'll replace Flacco. But yeah, I guess here's 350.
Yeah, dude.
I think 350 is going to be a dud. I think we're not going to really get a whole lot of movement here.
What's it doing?
Nothing. We started making a doji candle. Normally 350 sucks if we don't like pump or
Classic
dump
good old
immediately.
350.
Yeah.
All right, see this.
See it. So yeah, I guess we're just dancing around. Not really too much to say. Yeah, fair. Well, no, because I think the starter and the expert are still around, but yeah, as long as the starter's around, it'll still be that one. Dude, we're gonna hit AM high after close. That's my prediction. All right, I guess we just formed a 1 minute to the upside here, so we got to inverse that now if we're expecting to see higher. I guess if I was in this, I would probably just go break even when we resweep this high if we do. Um, just because we should hit that PM high if we take out that other high. So I wouldn't really want to see it mess around if we retap it. But yeah, like literally the worst 350 ever. No expansion, no target hit, just a whole lot of nothing. All right, Ed. We will catch you tomorrow. Okay, we got break even. Now I guess let's see if final TP can hit. We got break even. Let's go. How did this hit break even, bro? Keeping an eye on ES here. Looks like we might get a small SMT with that AM high. All right, so we're really struggling to get to that last objective here. Hopefully one of these candles here just kind of pops up and hits that target, and that'll be it for us for today. That's crazy. So my bullish bias was right on the day. Because of the seek and destroy conditions that we presented earlier in the day here. We still haven't hit that last target on ES either. I'm still just waiting. Looks like it could happen after 4 o'clock here, maybe. Not really sure what we're waiting on. And a break even after all that. Well, alrighty. I suppose that will be it for today then. It's been a pleasure. Hopefully you guys got something out of today, whether it was, talking about how to anticipate bad PA or anything related to, order flow or just like, identifying bad setups. And yeah, I will catch all of you tomorrow. Peace out.